What's up, Necios? We're here. We got Mike coming in to work on time today. Mike showed up on time. What's up, Mario Cavazos? Sith Elias. What's up, Sith? Hope you're doing good today, brother. Today's going to be a good day, man. Keep your head up, man. And Sith, if you're listening, man, I got to get in contact with you, man. So hit me up, bro. Yeah, hit me up in the DMs, dude. We got to start talking about this wrestling show. He's talking with our boy, Brandon Medina, Big Papi Medina. Going to make it happen.
Welcome to another episode of the Alamo City Sportscast with Mike Jimenez and Joe Garcia. Make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. Join the discussion as we broadcast live from beautiful West San Antonio. And remember to tip your hosts as it helps the show grow.
What's going on here? How am I not there?
I don't know, man. I think this camera's already had it, bro.
Oh, my goodness. Believe it or not, I'm actually at my chair right now. What's up, San Antonio? What's up, South Texas? My name's Mike Jimenez. That's Joe Garcia. This is the Alamo City Sportscast coming at you from the west side of San Antonio. Believe it or not, I am here. Okay, the camera has gone out, apparently. There I am. There's my beautiful self. Anyway, okay, we're going to go widescreen today. Let's make this happen. Technical difficulties start the show. Very nice. But that's why we need money on that QR code right there on the top left. Help us fund this show. We need cameras. We need all sorts of things over here.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to switch it out. I have the exact duplicate camera behind you.
Yeah.
I'm going to switch them out.
I mean, I look like I Dream of Jeannie, dude. I just kind of went like this and suddenly I was here.
Now you're there.
But no, we have a big show today, man. I'm excited about today's show because you and I were talking. We very rarely get together before the show to talk about what we're going to discuss, right? About an hour ago, I sent you a text message with like, here's some topics.
Yeah.
All of that got blown out the door, okay? It is no longer an
breaking news.
Because lots of breaking news, man. Dallas Cowboys breaking news. Some potential Spurs breaking news. Our guy, Jeff Garcia from Locked On Spurs and Ken's 5.
Working, man.
Working hard today. Talking today to a lot of the potential top draftees in the 2024 NBA draft, which, by the way, is just 3 weeks away. And there is a report from ESPN. One of their big draft gurus was on NBA on ESPN, and there's an article on this on Kens5.com written by Jeff Garcia, talking about quote-unquote rumblings that the Spurs might be looking into moving up in the draft. Right now, the Spurs have the number 4 and number 8 overall pick in the draft.
Yeah.
Is that enough ammunition to move up into the top spot?
Look at Jesse A already coming in with the heat, man. Mike, it's summer, hot as hell.
Take off the undershirt. Okay, we've already discussed this. I'm not going to get into that right now. But I was so excited about today's Spurs news that I had to dust off the jersey. And by the way, there's no adult man out there that should be wearing a jersey without an undershirt. I don't care if it's 120 degrees and I'm in the middle of Phoenix or Las Vegas. I'm going to wear an undershirt because no one wants to see your underarm hair.
I thought you were going to go in a rant.
But we'll get to that later. I don't want to get into that because that's all stupid stuff. The fact of the matter is that we have some Spurs talk to be had today, okay? Spurs talk to be had. Have a poll on MJ Acquired Taste on Twitter asking the question, you good with this? Are you good with the Spurs giving up 2 draft picks to move up a couple of spots? The number 1 pick or the number 2 pick? Because we know, Joe, that if the Spurs are moving up, they're going to get either Alex Sarr or Zachary Reese-Sarchet. Alex Sarr from Perth, power forward, center, 7'1". Then you have got Reese-Sarchet, who's considered to be the best small forward. We need a 1. We need a 1. We need a 3. This would be getting a 3 and a 4 or a 5. So lots of things going on with this because if they go out and get Sarr, then you've got the Twin Towers back there.
Yeah, we do.
You know, you'd have a 7'3", 7'4" Wemby, along with a 7'1", 7'2" Alex Sarr.
Nobody getting through that, dude.
Nobody getting through that, right? What does that do to a Jeremy Sohan? Is Sohan kicked to the bench? Is Sohan suddenly a small forward?
He'd be on the second unit with Keldon, dude. No doubt.
Could be. Yeah. Could be. Now, Reese-Sarchet is somebody that you would want to plug in to have alongside a Wemby and Sohan front court.
Oh yeah, it'd be a good complimentary piece out there with your boy. You know,
But I got excited about this a little bit for a couple of reasons. First of all, you and I always give comparisons to the Spurs and the Dallas Cowboys and how both of them are run, right? One of the problems I have with the Cowboys is that they believe in draft capital so much to a fault that the Cowboys constantly fall back in the draft and take the best of what's left. And I'm like, you know what? The good teams go and get their guy.
they make moves, man.
They make their moves up to get their guy. Now, here's the thing. I don't think 4 and 8 is enough to go to number 1. It's probably enough to go to number 2, but number 1, I don't think so. I don't think the Hawks are going to look at 4 and 8 and go, yeah, we'll just swap those two. Atlanta, especially considering the fact that we have their 2025 unprotected first round draft pick, their 2027 pick, and a 26 swap. They're probably not going to want to do business with us when it comes to that unless we're giving them some of that capital back. But you're not going to want to do that with the 2025 draft because it is considered to be a loaded draft with several potential superstars in that draft class.
Got to sweeten the deal somehow. Somebody's got to go, and names on the chopping block. Keldon Johnson, dude.
Yeah, Keldon 4 and 8 for the number 1 overall pick. If the Spurs identify somebody as, you know what, we believe that there's a tier 1 in all this. Okay, because if they said, Spurs fans, we believe in Alex Sarr so much, we would rather have Alex Sarr than, say, a combination of Reed Shepherd and Stephon Castle. We would rather have Zachary Reed-Sarchet than a combination of Buzelis and Klingon. We'd rather have our one guy. Like, we've identified that guy.
Yeah, but
I would be okay with it for a couple of reasons. First of all, it's moving up and it's being aggressive. I would rather somebody swing and miss than watch that pitch go by. The second thing about it is that it opens up a spot on the roster, because if you are a number 4 and number 8 overall pick in the draft, you are guaranteed a spot on the roster.
Somebody's got to go.
There's only 15 spots.
Yeah.
And the Spurs got a lot of names already stacking up there. And the Spurs have the possibility of having 4 first-round draft picks in 2025. We've got ours. We've got Atlanta's top 10 protected Chicago pick and a top 14 protected Charlotte pick.
You got to make room.
Can't be drafting all these guys.
You got who? You got Mamu. You got what's his name? Devontae Graham,
Mamu, and Cee Dee Osman.
I mean, somebody's got to go.
Someone's got to go. Those 3 are probably all gone.
Oh yeah, dude, no doubt.
You know, but maybe that opens the door for Mamu to come back. Right? It opens up a spot.
He likes it here. They could get him in a team-friendly deal.
And that might also be something when it comes to draft cap or a salary cap issues and things like that. Because there's a sliding scale as to how much these guys make.
Yeah, getting back to the Spurs and making moves and whatnot and getting that number 1 overall pick, they need bucket getters. They need somebody who's going to be able to score.
Right.
And you're going to pair him alongside Wemby, because Jeremy Sohan, he ain't it, dude.
Now, Alonzo A is asking the question, what's the trade proposal? Tuned in late. So according to Jonathan Givani, he was on NBA on ESPN. He's one of the draft gurus for ESPN. So whenever you see their mock drafts, typically he's the one that does them. He said, and again, this is an article that's also on Kens5.com, authored by Jeff Garcia of Locked On Spurs, that there are, quote, rumblings that the Spurs are looking at the potential of moving up in the draft.
Yep.
Spurs have the 4 and 8 pick to move up, package those 2, and maybe even more to get the number 1 or number 2 overall pick.
Yeah. Hey, our boy Fernandez is in town, so shout out to him and Chicana Fuerte watching us today.
Yeah,
good morning.
Welcome back, and thank you for your service, sir.
Yeah.
Just retired from the United States Marine Corps. But 4 and 8 for a 1 or 2, that is the question. And early on, when I posted this question on Twitter, not a lot of people were supportive of it. In fact, we have 38 votes in the last 20 minutes when I posted this poll. I posted this poll at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Right? So we got 38 votes in. 63% are saying, no, keep the picks. Only 37% are saying trade up for that. And I think part of it is that the Spurs fans think, well, we need so much help. And there's also belief that this is not a very star-studded draft at all. And because of that, they would rather have the quantity of player than, quote unquote, the potential of a quality of player. But if it's for Reed-Sarchet, though, I'd rather have Reed-Sarchet than Topic and Castle.
Yeah, Topic I ain't sold on, man.
Dude, Sporting News yesterday released a mock draft. Guess what they had Topic going?
12.
22.
Ooh, man, he's falling.
They had him drafted very, very late. And in fact, If you go to Locked On Spurs and Cans 5, Jeff Garcia, follow him at Jeff G Spurs Zone.
Yeah, we're showing the screen right now.
He spoke with Nikola Topic today and was told that the Spurs have not contacted him yet, but they have asked for his medical records.
Injuries, man.
They've asked for his medical records. And Topic, according to Jeff Garcia from Locked On Spurs and Cans 5, has not had contact with the Atlanta Hawks either. And that right now he's just focusing on his knee and rehab. Topic might be that one guy circling the drain. The other guy circling the drain right now is Rob Dillingham, who a lot of Spurs fans, Dilly. The combine came out. He was a lot smaller than advertised, 6'1", 165, $165 in the NBA.
You get pushed around, man.
Dude, that's smaller than Allen Iverson, man.
Yeah, you get pushed around.
Now, he's a bucket getter. I get that. But you take a look at it. But who have the Spurs talked to? Jeff Garcia spoke today to Tijani Saloon from France, who is rising up a lot of mock drafts right now. He is playing his ass off right now in the leagues that he plays in right now. He's a pretty decent three-point shooter, 34% this year, which isn't good, but it wasn't bad. And he's playing well right now. He's playing well at the right time. I think that's a player that the Spurs are probably going to look at number 8 if the Spurs do keep their picks. But right now, according to our poll, a lot of Spurs fans are looking at it going, we'd rather have the 2 picks and hope one of them pans out as opposed to putting all eggs in one basket.
As a Spurs fan, if you have the opportunity to get a number 1 overall pick back-to-back years, why wouldn't you do it?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you have the 4th and the 8th pick in the upcoming draft. If you have an opportunity to get the number 1 overall pick, you pull that effing trigger, dude.
Exactly. Now, the headline that Jeff Garcia says, Saloon told Jeff Garcia that he has spoken to the Spurs ahead of the NBA draft and that he sees Victor Wembanyama as an inspiration, also a Frenchman as well. They're countrymen coming together. It makes sense. Bear County Social Apparel on our YouTube stream saying Saloon is the steal of the draft, and he might be. The guy has the bounce. Michael Cavazos, Mario Cavazos, rather, saying, remember these busts, Michael Olowokandi, Kwame Brown, Adam Morris, and Anthony Bennett. It's true. You're going to have a bust every year, dude. It happens every year.
Yeah, top 10 pick. Usually there's a couple busts in there somewhere.
There are. I mean, this is considered to be the worst draft since 2014. But in that draft at number 15, you had Giannis.
Yeah, but nobody's a bigger bust than Odin, dude, in my opinion.
Yeah, Odin was just damaged goods feet-wise
from the get-go.
The second that he came in. But, let's look at Saloon real fast. I'm going to call up some highlights of Saloon. This is a guy who has really risen up the mock drafts, and this is a very Spursy pick if the Spurs get him. And let me get.
I like this comment right here by Fernandez, the French Foreign Legion.
Yeah,
that would be great. Can you imagine the shirts going around the arena?
We're looking at some highlights right now. Small forward, has some hops.
Yeah, he does.
Has some hops,
and he's young.
18 years old. He will be 18 years old during on draft night.
Got a lot of years left in him, man.
Yeah, so I'm looking it up right now as far as like his stats from this past season.
Yeah, man, look at that.
He has played exceptionally well the past 45 days or so. He gets up there, man.
He's got hops, man.
He finishes up. He's 6'9" and still growing.
Oh, and he could shoot.
This past season, he played in the LNB Pro A League, which is a high level there in France. Shot 37% from the field, 33% from 3. Got 4 boards per game. Got more than a steal per game. It's just, this is a raw talent. This is somebody that is not going to come in and be the starting 3 this year. This is somebody that the Spurs would have to groom over time.
But they don't have that luxury anymore. You got to throw them into the fray now, man. They're not a very good team.
They're not, but you get a 6'9" guy who can knock down a 3 at a decent clip. He doesn't have a broken shot, man. He doesn't have a broken shot. Now, I gave you his season stats of 33% from 3 and 37% from the field. But if you look at the last 4 or 5 games, he's bringing it, when he needs to right now, man.
You saw this too. We'll talk about that later on, Sith. MLB has banned Marcano permanently from betting on games. You saw that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about that if we have time.
It's
later.
baseball. I don't care.
Yeah, a little later
It's
on.
baseball. It's baseball. Who cares? We'll talk about baseball in September. The French kiss is that what Midtown Texas wants to call it.
The French kiss.
Says this looks like Sohan. Well, I mean, he shoots free throws two-handed, so that's a plus. But again, we've been talking about this, Joe. The French leagues that are there, that the Serbian leagues where they've been playing professional ball since they were teenagers.
Playing against
Tony
men.
Parker did that. Manu Ginobili did that. They play against men. It's 16 and 17-year-olds playing against 30-year-old men.
He's probably been playing since he's about 14 years old, man.
Banging bodies where they call fouls, where they call travels. I like it, dude. I woke up. This gives me a chub, dude. It gives me a chub thinking about the fact that the Spurs are trying to make moves. If they're hearing rumblings, now again, this is ESPN reporting this.
Yeah.
So there's got to be something to it. Where there's smoke, there's fire. I'm not going to say that Atlanta is going to do it, but keep in mind, Atlanta is also in the middle of a rebuild. Atlanta also only had a 3% chance of winning the number 1 overall pick. They outright won the lottery, but the Spurs own their draft capital for the next 3 seasons.
Yeah, man. So it's either this and that's it for them.
But
or
can the Spurs move up to the number 2 spot? Would we knock on that door to say, hey, we'll take what's left between Richard Shea and Sarr, because those are the 2 guys going 1 and 2.
Yeah, but the thing with Atlanta, though, is are they desperate enough to go ahead and take that deal from the Spurs and say, you know what, since you own our picks for the next coming drafts, we got to do something now. Either we get that number 1 overall pick and we're going to go ahead and live by the sword and die by the sword.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully this kid pans out. If not, we should have taken the deal. That's one thing that they got to go ahead and really consider. Would you go ahead and move down and get maybe that 4th and 8th,
mm-hmm.
And you have some pieces that you can surround, DeJounte with, Ice Tray with, Now,
a 4 and an 8 might get you to the 2 or 1. Back in the day, if it's a superstar 4 and 8, don't do anything.
No.
Dude. If it is a Victor Wembanyama, if it is a Tim Duncan, I remember when the Spurs won the lottery back in '97.
Supposed to be the Celtics.
Yeah, Boston had the 3 and the 6 pick, and they tried trading it to the Spurs, and the Spurs were like, "No, you can keep that 3 and 6."
Yeah,
they ended up getting Ron Mercer and Tony Battie. How did that work out?
Exactly.
How did that work out? I'm gonna take this off real fast, but Mario Cavasso said on draft night we'll be eating French bread with French fries and getting some French toast.
There we go,
dude. We are having difficulties today.
I forgot to push the button. Sorry.
Yes. Can we talk about the draft watch party? We've been invited to a couple of places for the draft watch party already.
We can actually have something because I still have all the graphics and everything left from when I did the previous draft parties with Project Spurs. So I have all my templates and everything ready to go.
Got to make something happen.
I think it's going to be on a Wednesday, if I remember correctly.
Got to make something happen. But the Spurs going out there, what have we learned today? Again, reporting from Jeff Garcia and Locked On Spurs. Spoke to Nikola Topic. Topic says, man, I haven't even heard from the Spurs yet. The draft is in 3 weeks. How have you not heard from the Spurs yet? That says a lot to me anyway. Saloon saying, yeah, I've talked to the Spurs already. Topic saying, yeah, they just want me to send me my medical records. Dude, Topic might be the guy that's the odd man out, dude. It's that injury. Yeah. It's that same left knee. And I know they keep saying, well, it's not as bad as it was.
Could he fall the way down
earlier.
To the second round, you think?
Probably too good of a talent to do that.
I think one thing is like you were saying, the medical history. Maybe that might put him at an early second round pick if it keeps falling.
I mean, we were talking just yesterday about Jabari Parker.
Yeah, man.
Number 2 overall pick back in 2014.
Poor guy, dude.
Poor guy. And
body failed him.
And if you're getting hurt all the time at 18 or 19, and it's not so much that you're getting hurt all the time, it's getting hurt to the same injury.
3 ACLs for Jabari, man.
It's the same knee.
Yeah.
It's the same ACL. That is the issue. I was a Topic guy for a while, but man, the second he hit the floor the other day, about a month ago or so, when
we saw that,
when he bit the hard court there, I was like, man, I'm done.
You're like, he's damaged goods.
He is. And Richard Shea is probably the one that you marinate for a while. He's probably the one that we're not going to see anything of him for about 3 seasons, but he might actually be the star of this draft.
Oh, look at this.
Jeff Garcia from Lockdown Spurs gracing us with his presence. Man, he's hardworking today, but man, says, keep in mind, I spoke with DeJounte Murray before he was drafted by the Spurs, and they did not meet or work him out, but still selected him. That is true. That is true. But DeJounte Murray was also picked at number 29, if I'm not mistaken. So he may or may not have been there, right? I think it's one of those things where if it's a top pick, you have to speak with them. If you swing and miss on a 29 pick, that's so close to the second round that it's kind of understandable. But if you swing and miss at the number 4 overall pick, if the Spurs don't speak to Topic and he's the number 4 overall pick in the draft, they're not doing their due diligence. That's the thing. And then number 8's a lottery pick. You got to speak to these guys if you want them. Number 29, 30, 31, 32, you can look at, YouTube clips for all I care and make it happen.
Hey, look, it's Fernandez. If Topic falls to second round, I'd take him at 35.
That is true.
If he's still available.
That is true. You move up maybe a little bit to get him. But we'll talk more about the Spurs later on. We had some breaking news earlier today from Adam Schefter of ESPN.
You knew this was going to happen. Didn't we say this was going to happen?
According to Adam Schefter, and I have it on my screen right here, the tweet from this morning, Cowboys wide receiver Cee Dee Lamb, still seeking a contract extension, is not expected to attend the team's mandatory minicamp that opens today and continues to this week. And if I'm not mistaken, Micah Parsons is also going to miss this thing.
Jeez, bro. What are you going to do? They're going to take the fine and force Jerry to work a deal?
Trouble in paradise, my man.
There ain't enough money to go around, Jerry.
Dude, this team, people made fun of me all last year when I said that was their open window right there because you had the injuries to Aaron Rodgers. You had the fact that there were not a lot of good teams. Jalen Hurts was injured. That was their time.
That was their window.
That was the window of opportunity, and it is over.
And they won their division.
Vince Carter on the slam dunk contest, over. It is over.
Ugh.
Because now you've got 3 stars that are looking for money at the same time. Cee Dee Lamb, Micah Parsons, Dak Prescott. Are they going to keep all 3 of them for a price tag of $125? Because that's what it's going to take to keep all 3. Micah Parsons wants to make 30. Cee Dee Lamb wants to follow in the footsteps of Justin Jefferson, who signed the biggest deal for a non-quarterback yesterday.
He set the precedence of what it's going to be.
Dak Prescott's next, and we know what happens when you're next. Runner-up for the MVP.
I want my money.
I want my money, and I want that first digit to be a 6, not that 59.8, not that 59.7.
61.
The first player to ever hit 60. Justin Jefferson signing a 4-year deal for $35 million.
Look at what Jesse A says, the infamous phrase from
all in
Jerry.
My ass. Skip Bayless.
Damn, the Skip Bayless boys. Oh my God.
Okay, so David Atwater says this will be Houston in a few years. That's great. But you know what? 2029 we'll deal about 2029 in 2029.
They got a window right now.
The window is wide open. And what do? They got Joe Mixon. What do? They got Stephon Diggs. What do? They re-signed one of their stud receivers, their wide receiver number 1, to a 4-year deal at what, 25, 27 million a year? They got it right at a pretty good price point. When your wide receiver 1's making 25, that's better than having a wide receiver 1 making 35.
Look at Sith. He's ready to go and let Micah go.
And there's a point where it's not worth it anymore.
Well, he makes a good point here. He says Micah, for as much as they love him, he's always been busted up in later games. Almost every season he doesn't show up.
Now, in Micah Parsons' defense, he faces a double team every play.
Because he is that good, man.
Double or triple team every single play. And he's going to be that one guy. You know how Tim Duncan never won Defensive Player of the Year?
Yeah.
Everyone assumes that he did, because Tim Duncan is somebody who is one of the greatest defenders of the last 25, 30 years, but he never won it. He was always runner-up or third place. Micah Parsons, first few seasons in the league, runner-up, right? And it's deservedly so. He deserves to be in the conversation.
Yeah.
He deserves to be in the top 3. But not one time was he the best defender. And it happens at the end of the season when he seems gassed.
Yeah.
He seems tired. And I think it's because of all the double teams and all the triple teams. He doesn't get hurt very often. Micah Parsons is legit. And the fact of the matter is the Cowboys didn't even want him. That whole draft, they wanted J.C. Horn or Patrick Surtain. They got picked right in front of them. People jumped in front of them. Now, those players have been pretty good. So Horn and Surtain are good.
Yeah.
But they're not Micah Parsons good. The Cowboys got lucky on that.
Yeah. Just panned out for him.
But Micah Parsons at $20 million all day, every day. At $22 million all day, every day.
And what are you going to give Cee Dee?
At 30?
What are you going to give Cee Dee Lamb?
Cee Dee at 34? We talk about how it was a joke for them to have Zeke Elliott at $15 million because running backs really go for like upper single digits, 7, 8, 9 million. It was a joke that they did that. It was a joke that they had Pollard at 11. But a wide receiver at 35 with a quarterback at 60 and an all-time great defender at 32, 31, you're not going to have money for anybody else.
Yeah, but the Cowboys culture, man, it's just a circus, dude. That team doesn't have a winning culture. They haven't had one since Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith walked off the field, dude.
Jason Garcia saying it makes me laugh at all the Cowboy fans here talking about players and not the real problem. The real problem is Jerry Jones.
Jerry.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's
man. it. Jerry wants to put his hands in too many things that are going on over there at the Cowboys front office and whatnot. He needs to stay out of the way.
Now, the one saying receivers are plentiful, that's Mike Baez.
So are running backs.
Saying can get another one at a cheaper price, keep Parsons worth the money, let Dak walk. And that's the problem is that it doesn't matter if it's the NBA or the NFL. The hardest thing to do is be in the middle. Being a 9-8, 8-9 team in the NFL sucks. Being a 41-41 team in the NBA sucks. It's either a race to the top or a race to the bottom. For many years, the Indiana Pacers were that team, man. 40 wins, 42 wins, 44 wins. They weren't going to do anything. They weren't good enough to make the playoffs or advance the playoffs. They weren't bad enough to get a top pick.
They lost to the Green Bay Packers, man, with a young quarterback.
Cowboys lost to Jordan Love. They got busted up by that running back, dude.
Oh, my God. Dude.
So, but the point I'm trying to make is that being in the middle kind of sucks. In the NBA, you can go from worst to first every once in a while. We saw that with the Mavericks. They were the 11th seed last year in the Western Conference.
You saw that with the Spurs, too, when they got David Robinson. Biggest turnaround in NBA history.
Biggest turnaround in NBA history. Then the same thing with Tim Duncan. Those were like 35-game turnarounds.
Yeah.
21-61 to 56-26. That was the 90 season for the Spurs. I guess it is possible, but what we're looking at here with the Cowboys organization is either they're not making a decision or they're just running out the clock on these guys. The Cowboys are not a place where free agents want to go. I know the allure of, we've been hearing this crap for a long time. Well, it's America's team. It's prime time. Free agents don't want to go to Dallas.
They know because Dallas isn't part of that winning culture. That
Dallas doesn't take care of their players. Yeah. They don't pay their players. They always say, well, we got to see you perform first. And then they perform. And then it's like, how much is it again?
Yeah, we're going to franchise tag your ass.
We're going to franchise tag. Yeah, we'll pay you that money for one season. Prove it again for one season. Oh, you're 29 years old. We don't want you anymore.
Franchise tag.
Everybody knows that free agents don't want to go there.
Yeah, you ain't going to win.
It's just one of those things that it's not a I mean, we saw this with the tight end that they used to have that went to the Houston Texans.
Yeah.
Who came out and said that it was a circus.
It is a circus
in Dallas. That they did everything but focus on football. That was Dalton Schultz, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Dalton Schultz coming out and saying that the Cowboys atmosphere is such a circus that when he went to Houston, he was like, wow, we talk football all day, every day.
Yeah.
We're not handling all this PR stuff. We're not doing it's not Hollywood. It's funny, man.
You get too many egos over in Dallas, dude.
So again, the breaking news from ESPN, Adam Schefter says that Cee Dee Lamb is not going to attend the mandatory minicamp today.
He ain't happy.
He wants his money. He wants to get paid. His future is going to get franchise tag, dude. That's his future. It's destined already.
He's already pissed. Can you imagine? You know what? Mm-hmm. Jerry made a deal with your agent. You know what's going to happen? Franchise tag.
Sith coming out and saying Dak said it's not about the money, but he won't take a pay cut. That's why Patriots were successful. Brady F him, he says. But he did what he had to do to keep a good squad together.
Yeah, they can restructure Dak's deal, but he ain't going to take a pay cut, man.
No, not at all. He's got a new mouth to feed, man. He knocked up the Latina. He knocked her up.
He's in for life now, bro.
Dak Prescott is worthless sometimes, man. Those stats that he gets are so junky. He'll be with like 100 yards. They'll be down 3 scores. He'll get, prevent defense's way to 300 yards passing. Can't stand Dak Prescott.
He plays great against shitty teams, man. When he has a good team to play against with the winning record, what happens?
How do you not play well on grass? How are you like allergic to grass? And you only play good on turf.
They only play on turf at Jerry World. I'm like, Dak ain't that, dude.
Right. And a lot of Cowboy fans are like D'Lo saying here that Trey Lance is finally going to get some run in the preseason. Maybe they have something there. I think Cowboy fans are under the impression that by keeping a Trey Lance, it's going to be cheap. Trey Lance, if I'm not mistaken, has a big bump, like 5 times increase in his salary for the final season if you're going to keep him.
Yeah.
So you're going to be paying him mid-20s, which is better than paying somebody 60, I suppose. But the idea that we're paying him like the Texans pay CJ Stroud 9.
That's nothing, dude.
Right. No. You're going to be paying Trey Lance 3 times what CJ Stroud gets paid.
Yeah.
Still better than what it was before, but it's not going to be like this cheap rookie deal anymore.
Yeah. I think what's going to happen is that Dak's going to wind up walking, dude. I think this is probably going to be his last season.
Las Vegas Raiders, New York Jets, Miami Dolphins, New Orleans Saints. Those are the 4 teams that I think would break the bank for him.
And it's like you were saying, if he leaves Dallas, watch him have a better career with another team and wind up moving even further into the playoffs. Maybe go into a Super Bowl with another team. Mm-hmm. And then they're going to say, was Dak the problem or was it the Cowboys?
Exactly. In other news today, I'm going to put this in parentheses, but that white bitch won Rookie of the Month.
God.
I cannot believe Pat McAfee said that, dude.
Bro, what's wrong with him,
man? Pat McAfee, my man. Now, here's the thing. I'm not saying that because I believe that, but Pat McAfee on his show on ESPN yesterday referred to Caitlin Clark as that bitch. He was wrong on so many levels. Now, first of all, she won Rookie of the Month yesterday, right? Last night was named Rookie of the Month, led all WNBA rookies with points, assists, was tied in steals. She's a phenom coming out of Iowa, but the fact of the matter is that a lot of people are like, dude, she also leads the league in turnovers. Not just rookies, the league in turnovers. Also, her team was 1-8 in the month of May.
Yeah.
Spurs fans take some offense to that because a lot of people got mad that Wemby was being judged on Defensive Player of the Year based on wins. Other teams, other rookies were contributing to winning teams, right? Yeah. But that being said.
But the thing with Pat McAfee is that's the stuff that you would say when you're texting your boys.
Okay, yeah. So for those of you who weren't watching this, Pat McAfee goes on. He's doing a PowerPoint type of presentation where he's basically saying that there's all this attention being made to the WNBA that wasn't there before.
He was advocating for Caitlin.
He was. Yeah. And she has been on his show before. He does this show in Indiana where she is, the exact same city where she plays. He has invited her to do a weekly segment over there. So he is a friend and a supporter of Caitlin Clark, okay? But he's trying to talk about the fact that there are some players like Angel Reese and some of the older guard, whether it be a Kelsey Plum or Diana Taurasi or, other star player out there, saying that the WNBA is getting better because of them. Angel Reese says, hey, it's because of me too.
Yeah.
And what did he say? Pat McAfee says, no, it's because of that white bitch, Caitlin Clark. That white bitch.
Oh, man.
Okay. Probably not the term to use. Now, I was surprised that Pat McAfee actually went on and apologized about this.
I saw that, dude.
Pat McAfee is somebody who gives no craps about anything.
When you say something and you don't, it's like an out-of-body experience. You knew you shouldn't have said it, and then you said it, and then later on you're like, damn.
Yeah.
That's probably what happened with him. And then he didn't even need his PR people as soon as he was over with the show. I gotta apologize, man.
Yeah, he knew it. I
Yeah,
think he
man.
knew it, and it's just the personality that he has. And I was talking to my parents about Pat McAfee the other day. Pat McAfee's allowed to cuss on ESPN. No one else is. You're not going to have Molly Qerim cussing on ESPN, but they allow him to do his thing, and this is what happens, right? This is what they do, right? Now, I like Pat McAfee on college football. I like what he brings to the table. I don't think he was trying to say anything bad, but you don't call a woman a bitch, dude.
You know what's funny about that though is that it's a derogatory term, right?
Yeah.
But other women call other women that.
Well, I mean,
and
but
being their friends and all,
being
I understand
friendly.
it.
There's certain words that you
And the way you
shouldn't say.
Yeah. I mean, a man shouldn't use that phrase,
Right.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. He's wrong. He's absolutely wrong. He thinks that people are watching simply because of Caitlin Clark's greatness on the court at Iowa, that's the reason why people are watching. And he's wrong. And I hate to side with Angel Reese when it comes to this. Now, Angel Reese should have said we as opposed to me.
Yeah.
But it's because of the class that's coming in. McAfee is wrong because Caitlin Clark, there have been star female players on college basketball who went into obscurity in the WNBA, right? What made Caitlin Clark special and what made her popular was the whole thing going on with her going up against LSU and her going up against South Carolina. LSU with Angel Reese. Remember the whole thing with the finger? The ring on the finger?
The ring on the finger, yeah.
And then her going up against South Carolina, losing the finals back-to-back years. South Carolina was undefeated. Those were the storylines. The storylines wasn't, oh, wow, look at this girl can knock down threes. The storyline was, can this girl will a team that is not as good to greatness against an LSU squad that's tough?
Yeah, there's
against
history.
An undefeated team. It's like Magic Bird. Magic Johnson is not Magic Johnson without Larry Bird.
And Larry Bird has said as such as well in interviews. They both said the same thing.
Larry Bird is not Larry Bird without Magic Johnson and that rivalry. It is the rivalries. It is the venom. It is the hatred. It is Caitlin Clark being hip checked, being played dirty with.
Yeah, but what did Angel Reese say? It's not like they hate each other. They're just not friends when on the court.
They're not friends.
But she says afterwards we can kick it.
Right. But Pat McAfee coming out and saying that it's this white bitch, that's the reason why. No, it's not. It's the story behind it all.
It's the history behind it.
It's the history, and it's also her charisma. It's also because she's white.
She's marketable.
She's marketable.
Yeah.
She's white in Indiana, which plays very, very well. Okay. And he's like, it has nothing to do with her race. It does have something to do with her race. A little bit. Not for everybody. But you put it all together, she's the perfect storm. She's the perfect storm of talent. She's the perfect storm of race, the perfect storm of location, the perfect storm of everything. It is so great what is going on in this women's sports. And when Paige Beckers comes into play next season, it's going to be even better.
Look at D'Lo. Nobody turning on the TV to watch Angel Reese barely make layups.
Well, here's the thing. No. But they will tune in higher to watch her play against Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark gets ratings like this, right? When Angel Reese is up against her, why? It's because they have history. Yeah. There's a rivalry there. So you're right, David, in saying that no one's tuning in to watch Angel Reese, but people will tune in to see the rivalry. So she needs to have the villain character, or maybe you see Caitlin Clark as the villain.
Hey, I would like that heel turn. That'd be great, dude. They do it all the time in the WWE.
Right.
Yeah.
And dude, I mean, now you add Caitlin Clark to an Angel Reese. Paige Becker's coming in next year. You've got Kelsey Plum. You've got a lot of the stars that are still around, even some of the old school ones. And suddenly you've got something that people want to watch. Well, and it's been a while. It's never happened like this. And here's the thing. Caitlin Clark averaged 15.6 points her first month there and winning Rookie of the Month. Angel Reese was the leader among rookies when it comes to rebounds. Both of them shot poorly. Both of them shot 35%. But Angel Reese had 8.9 rebounds per game, leading all rookies. Rakea Jackson averaged 10 points, 47% from three. And Cameron Brink, styling and profiling, looking like a dime. 2.3 blocks per game. But let's go back to our guy, Pat McAfee, if we could take this off.
Yeah.
Pat McAfee, should he be suspended?
If it was anybody else on that network, immediate suspension. But because it's Pat McAfee and he's drawing the ratings there, they ain't going to do nothing to him other than just say you're sorry.
They got to reel him in.
Say you're sorry.
They got to reel him in. Because you know what the equivalent of this is? Him throwing out the N-word.
True enough, but I mean, it's Pat McAfee. You think they're going to go ahead and do anything to him? I don't think nothing happens to him.
I don't know, man.
I don't think they do anything to him.
I don't know, man. I would not be surprised.
He's going to have to do the song and dance today when he does his show on ESPN. Come out and say, I'm sorry. They're going to play the little violin music in the background for him. He's going to put his head down.
Sorry sometimes isn't enough, man.
I mean,
sorry sometimes isn't enough. I mean,
we'll see what they do.
I mean, because you set the precedent.
Yeah.
What if he calls, one of his friends who's black, which I don't believe Pat McAfee is sexist. I don't believe he's racist.
No.
But there are some people who picture this as like this podcast. We get away with so much on this podcast, but we can't get away with that on Ticket 760 or Central Sports Star.
There's a lot of things that we couldn't get away with there.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is why that makes this show fun.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is that there are certain boundaries when you're owned by Disney.
Yeah, the House of the Mouse.
He's owned by Disney.
Yeah.
And Pat McAfee is such a breath of fresh air because, dude, I was tired of the Michael Wilbons and the Tony Kornheisers.
They cleaned house and they got rid of all the old talking heads,
the Dick
dude.
Vitales and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Get them out, man.
Michael Irving.
I want to have someone who's energetic out there.
Yeah.
And watching him bring college football to life last year was so great when he was doing College Game Day.
Yeah.
Great. Have you ever seen McAfee with Adam Schefter? They are amazing together, and I never would have thought that Adam Schefter and Pat McAfee would work well together, but they do. It's funny. He's the straw that stirs the drink over there.
Yeah.
And I think he's doing a fantastic job, but calling Caitlin Clark a white bitch. I mean, dude.
A lot of bad things happened at ESPN over the course of yesterday. You even had that argument, that dust up between Stephen A. and McNutt.
That's where I'm going up next. So if you want to show my screen right here.
God, dude.
Stephen A. Smith double downing on his comments. The venom that he showed Monica McNutt yesterday on First Take.
God,
for those of you who didn't watch this, they were debating Caitlin Clark and also her popularity within the WNBA.
Yeah.
And Monica McNutt was there saying, hey, you have this platform. You could have been talking about the WNBA this entire time, 3 or 4 years ago, but you didn't. And Stephen A. was like, dude, I always talk about women's movements and women's rights and women's issues, which is true. He does. He does talk about those issues a lot more than you would see anywhere else. But McNutt is there basically saying all that might be true, but when it comes to the WNBA, you didn't mention it at all for years. And now you are. So I just want to know, where were you back then? And he got offended, dude. He was like, take that back. And she goes, she stood her ground, was like, no.
No, he said, what?
Yeah.
And she's like, she said it again. And he's like, I can't believe it, or something like that.
He got offended. So then he goes on his radio show to respond to Monica McNutt, which is funny because she couldn't be there to defend herself. Now,
you could have had her on easily by phone.
Now,
he could have had the discussion.
Here's the thing about Stephen A., man. You cross Stephen A., he can get rid of you. Ask Max Kellerman.
Oh, yeah, man.
Ask Skip Bayless. He can get rid of you.
Did you see Molly Quirum's face?
Well, okay, Molly Quirum looked a little bit shocked, but
she could believe what he was saying.
Here's the thing. Stephen A. Smith goes on to say, not only do I champion female causes and female sports, but he goes, look at all the women that I've had on First Take that have used this as a springboard. And he goes, a lot of eyes were on you because a lot of eyes are on me, and I helped you out.
Yeah.
He's not wrong about that. And a lot of people, Jamel Hill being one of them on
Bite
ESPN.
The hand that feeds you.
Jamel Hill, formerly of ESPN, she's hated by the far right, was like saying, well, that's kind of condescending. But you know what? It was actually true.
But you know what? With Jamel Hill, dude, she's just gone off the deep end, man.
Right.
I mean, she's out there, dude.
Right. But look at it this way. look at it this way. There are certain musicians who shine the spotlight on somebody. I'll give you an example. I remember a long time ago, Justin Bieber, 10 years ago,
God,
was like, hey, I really like this song from Carly Rae Jepsen. It's called Call Me Maybe. I just met you. This is crazy. You know that song?
yeah.
Guess what happened to that song? It blew up. Was the song any better or worse without Justin Bieber? No. But he shined the spotlight on that song and it blew up.
No.
If Stephen A. Smith had you and I on his show, if Paige Sporonic appeared and retweeted us, right? We would get more followers, more subscribers to the YouTube page.
Instantly, dude.
So there is something to be said about shining the spotlight on somebody. And Stephen A., I think, was offended that he was being called out for not liking the WNBA, not speaking about it, not advocating it as much. When he's like, dude, in my heart of hearts, I'm actually somebody who champions you guys, you gals.
Yeah.
So I feel bad for Stephen A.
He got caught in his feelings yesterday. He got his feelings hurt.
I just hope he doesn't go after Monica McNutt, by the way.
Why?
Who, by the way,
Why
we
should he?
showed the video of her the other day.
Yeah.
When the Knicks were playing, and they showed the sideline video of her reaction
Yeah.
to the Knicks winning that game at Madison Square Garden in the last second. They stole the ball from the Pacers and got the win. Kind of funny. But Stephen A., I feel for you, brother. I feel for you.
He got caught in his feelings, man. But you know what? One of the things that I wanted to talk about too, or shed some light on and give some love to our boy over here, Rudy Campos Jr., man.
Yeah, tell me about it.
The League TV, dude. They're doing their own thing right now, starting their own YouTube channel. He wanted to go ahead and kind of branch off and do his own channel and get that started. So we wished him the best, man. And if you all are following us, make sure you go and show Rudy some love too, and go ahead and subscribe to his YouTube channel. He was at 56 subscribers yesterday, and this morning, 106 subscribers, or 64 subscribers, should I say. They have 106 videos out there. So make sure you go ahead and give him some love as well. And I was telling him, I talked to him yesterday too, and I said, everybody is, there's this platform is big enough for everyone, and especially content creators here in San Antonio. No one is like in competition with anybody else. There's room for everybody, dude.
Right.
So we're all friendly with each other here. And I tell them it benefits the community as a whole when you have content creators that are going to go out there and consistently create content. It helps everybody.
It does. And,
So-
and we're not in like within the building with Rudy J and Mike. We're friendly with these guys. We're all trying to capture. And you know what? It is possible for you to like our show and
Like
not in the
his.
building.
Yeah.
Or like in the building and not like ours,
Yeah.
and vice versa when it comes to Rudy Campos' show. It's very possible that you can
You don't have to like us, but make sure you like Rudy. And you know what? Rudy brings a different perspective as well. And that's the cool thing about everybody that does content creation here. Everybody has a different perspective on things. So it's amazing to me how the little community grows and everybody kind of floats around and, listens and all that. So yeah, give Rudy some love, man.
And go ahead and follow him as well. Again, he's
Yeah.
branching off from what we were doing. By the way, if you can show my screen real
Sure.
fast. Did you see this story about this guy?
Oh, the guy that got caught when he was saying, he got his license suspended, and then he shows up in the Zoom call.
Okay, first of all, turns out a week later, we're finding out that this was all nonsense.
No, doesn't surprise me.
Okay, so apparently the guy that was driving this viral video, it actually happened. His name is Corey Harris, a 44-year-old from Michigan. So he appears on a Zoom call. So a lot of court dates right now are being done on Zoom. I have a court date next week for a guardianship of my son, right? It's being done on Zoom. They're not doing it in person as much, right? So the judge is saying, hey, isn't this a suspended license type of thing? And he's joining him on Zoom while driving, right? So the guy looks shocked because the judge is saying, you have a suspended license, you need to come in and turn yourself in by 6 p.m. The BS about all this is there's a reason why the guy was shocked. It's because the court had the wrong paperwork. His license actually was reinstated years ago. So the look that he is giving is not I'm a dumbass, I shouldn't have been doing this. He's like, what are you talking about? And why am I turning myself into jail?
Yeah.
So it wasn't that he was stupid. Maybe he shouldn't have been on Zoom while driving. That's probably one thing that he did stupid. But the fact of the matter is that he looks dumbfounded because the charge was not correct.
Well, somebody's getting fired for handing the judge wrong paperwork.
Yeah. Very nice. Oh, lots of Mike says don't say brother. Who says that? Sith. Okay, coming out saying that. Hey, are we done with J-Lo? J-Lo was in our baddie brackets, but are we done with her?
I've been done with her for quite some time, man.
Okay, so she has a new movie out.
Should we do the entertainment bump?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Let me go ahead and get the entertainment bump.
Oh, J-Lo, you were so hot back in the 90s, but everyone thinks that you're a complete B-word right now. And I hate that, man. I hate when these stars go diva. And now there are rumors out there that Jennifer Lopez might be breaking up with her husband yet again, Ben Affleck.
He was tired of her like a week after he got married, man.
Did you see the video of him with his first wife, Jennifer Garner? They were at like a birthday party for the kid that they had together.
Yeah.
And he looks so happy and so chilled and relaxed. And every time you see video of him with J-Lo, he looks like he went through a car wash, like with the windows down.
He looks like he's in agony, dude. Every minute he's with her, dude.
That one meme of him doing the smoke break,
opening the car door,
just pissed off. But J-Lo, who has gone from being this stunner, late 90s, everybody loved her. She was in Money Train. Wasn't she in Anaconda? Selena, all these hit songs. And then time goes on and you find out that wasn't really her singing in her songs. It was Ashanti. It was other singers singing her hooks. And then you get these stories about how she's just rude to people, that you can't even look at her, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know how much of it is true, but let's just say where there's smoke, there's fire. And even if half of it's true.
Oh, remember the stint she had with Diddy?
Yes, she's also with Diddy and all that stuff. Well, she has a new movie coming out, and it dropped on May 24th.
Yeah, Netflix.
Called Atlas, and it was on the theaters for like a week, and then it went to Netflix, and apparently the reviews are so bad. But here's the thing:
is it worse than Roadhouse?
Oh my god!
You couldn't even make it through the 10-minute mark at Roadhouse,
dude. I mean, I saw the whole thing.
It was bad,
but dude. It was like I stopped to go take a drink. I stopped to go watch something else. I powered through, but I'm looking at the Rotten Tomatoes right now of this movie Atlas. Only 19% of the 90 critics liked it.
How long is this movie? About an hour and a half. You probably want that hour and a half
back of your life.
Yeah, you watched it, man.
Only 48%. Of the audience liked it. 48%, which is low because typically the audience likes it more than the critics because the critics are snobs, right? Look
at Mario Cavazos. That movie is
basura. It's an hour and 58 minutes of sci-fi, and the synopsis says a brilliant data analyst with a deep distrust of AI finds it may be her only hope when a mission to capture a renegade robot goes awry. No, thank you.
Yeah, it sounds bad already, dude.
No, thank you. I'm good. I'm good. Don't know if you would consider this to be pop culture or sports, but do you know who Cole Tucker is?
I've heard of him.
Okay, Cole Tucker is a third baseman for the Los Angeles Angels.
Yeah,
and I'm going to show some video of him right now.
Got that long curly hair.
He's beautiful.
It almost looks like a mullet, dude.
This over the weekend, he threw the slowest pitch of the season.
Strike.
He threw a 50 mile an hour and a 47 mile per hour pitch.
Strike.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at him. Look at him go. So they're down 9-0 in the 9th inning.
Oh, man.
And they're like, we're not going to waste any more pitchers. We're going to bring him from third base. And he goes out there, gives up a hit and a walk, but you know what? Doesn't give up a run for the whole inning. He was just throwing junk out there. Look at this. Look at this crap he's throwing out there.
Hey,
dude, there are little leaguers who throw faster than 45 miles an hour, 47. And it was because, what is going on here?
Hey. Demon White time.
I have a cat. What is this? Holy heck.
Mike.
Oh, my
what are you
God.
doing?
This is your TikTok page, not mine. I have no idea what's going on.
You're the one that uses this TikTok, not me.
Oh,
don't put it
dude,
on the
I
TikTok.
use your TikTok. I use my TikTok on my phone. Don't try to throw that on me.
I
That
don't
is
use
you.
my TikTok. You're the only one that uses
It's
it.
logged on as you.
But you're the one that uses it. You're looking at. Everybody's watching what you're looking at.
Oh my goodness, Cole
Demon
Tucker.
time.
Cole Tucker, by the way.
Look at just Demon Mike. Let's go.
So Cole Tucker, by the way, he has a famous wife, by the way.
Ooh.
Actress Vanessa Hudgens is his wife, and they're expecting a child.
Oh yeah, I remember her, Vanessa Hudgens from High School Musical years ago.
And how they met, by the way, they met at a meditation Zoom.
Wow, meditation Zoom.
A group meditation Zoom. What the hell is that? She was on it. He was on it. She slid into his DMs.
Oh man,
can you imagine having a superstar actress come by? By the way, I'm gonna let this run. I want to see what video pops up next. Is it Demon Mike time? Is it the same one? Dude, I have never looked up anything on your stuff other than sports, dude.
I don't use TikTok.
Now my TikTok might be necio, and so was my Instagram, like my For You page and stuff like that. Oh, wait, what? Oh my God. Let's just.
What the
I
hell
don't
is
care
all
if you're
this?
poor or rich. I just want a man who will make the first move. I'm 40 and divorced. Oh, I've seen this girl though. She's the vice principal of a school. My friend sent me this one.
Oh Lord.
Oh, you know what? Let's just drag these going. Let's just go on. The Demon Mike time. Oh, here she comes again. Day 135 at assistant principal. She's putting the ass at assistant principal.
Jeez.
You know, I'd be in trouble. What do you think? Elementary school?
I don't know.
I went on a Tinder date and he told me that I looked old. I'm 37. Okay. Oh, wait, what's going on? Dude, whatever algorithm is on here is for me, dude.
This is Mike's demon time. Bust it, let it go.
Yeah, let's just go. Oh, this is for Leha right here.
The gearheads, man.
This is for Leha right here. What's going on here?
I don't know. She's doing something with that car.
Lights, headlights. All right. I don't want to see this woman walking anymore. I doubt she's a teacher. You know that's a fake background back there. She's on a
green screen.
Green screen.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go one more. Although I do like that outfit. Sundresses. Oh, there's the gearhead one.
Right. Oh no, she's buying computer stuff.
Oh my goodness.
Mike.
Look, I want you to look at the top right. That is Joe Garcia's name right there, dude.
Yeah, but
that
you're using my TikTok.
I don't use your TikTok, dude.
In studio.
I don't use your TikTok at all, dude.
I don't use my TikTok.
I love the deflection, Joe.
I don't use my TikTok.
You know what? I want our viewers right now to ask the question: whose fault is this? Is it mine or Joe's?
It's your fault.
Because this ain't my computer. And one of the things now, the people who watch us do this show oftentimes see me do YouTube searches. They see me do TikTok searches and stuff like that. How often do you see me do a TikTok search?
Look at that.
Never.
MJ. I don't do TikTok searches. You're the only one that does
do
it.
I.
Whenever you use it,
this might be attached to your Instagram, dude. This might be it. I don't know.
Whatever you use in here.
I'm not complaining. I just want you to embrace the Demon Joe.
I don't have TikTok on my phone though.
MJ throws off Joe's algorithm.
He probably does, dude.
Like we're complaining about this.
I'm surprised those videos. I don't even know.
Oh, this is funny. The hot chicks that go to Home Depot to try to find a man.
God, you guys are part of the cochino algorithm, the necio algorithm. I'm surprised those girls haven't come out on the TikTok. The ones from that Chevy place.
Yeah,
the ones that you're always watching.
You know what? I'll be honest with you. That might have thrown off the algorithm.
I think it has, dude. The girls from the Chevy place. What was that called?
Camino Real Chevy.
Yeah, there you go.
Those girls. They have a new girl, by the way. So now there's 3 of them over there. We've always liked this one right here. I love that girl, dude. I want to watch that one more time. Oh, well, let me see here.
That was a good edit.
Oh, this was a good one too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Camino Real Chevy in Los Angeles, man. Oh, what is your type? These 3 right here. I don't care whichever one you want. Whichever one. Demon Mike time.
Look at Bear County. She's thick with 2 C's.
Oh, this one was good. That girl's thick.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Jesse A. It's the only car dealership I follow. Oh,
dude, I
my
love their
God.
stuff, dude. I love their stuff. And I know they don't work there. Right? Everyone's like, they don't work there. No kidding.
Yeah, there's social media. That's it.
Yeah. You got a cute little 20-something in a pencil skirt. You got the thicky Latina, and then you got the tall girl. The tall girl, by the way, is a interpreter for that girl right there. She's an interpreter for Mexican boxers, big name boxers.
Oh, yeah. You were telling us the last time.
Yeah, did this throw off the algorithm? But this isn't cochino rather. This is just cute
I
chicks.
think that threw off the algorithm, bro.
Oh, wait. Here comes some movement here. Here comes some movement. There you go. Demon My Time, brought to you by
Demon Time, brought to you by Joe's TikTok.
I like how that went. Dude.
Let's see my wife, because she's gonna get mad at me now if I ever put TikTok on my phone. What are you doing? What are you watching? It's not me. I can explain.
Tim Gonzalez saying nuggets, all of them.
Oh God. Look, laugh my ass off. Mike's so invested. He just rattled himself out.
Yeah.
These are his videos.
Go and say what I do to be that bull. Moo.
That's how you know most of our audience is all male. Look at what's going on now.
That is the dirtiest I've ever shown on your screen. It's not even dirty. It is literally a commercial advertisement. But then it goes from that to, if you enjoy that, do you want to see a hot ass assistant principal at some elementary school in the middle of nowhere?
Oh my God.
For you pages, all nalgas, support Joe Gonzalez. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Bear County Social Apparel. Mike Baez saying Instagram Reels for me. I'd say half of my Instagram Reels right now is that one dog, Winnie, that goes.
Oh, man. I like the one that have the cat. Have you seen the tuxedo cat they have? And the girl's always making him do like dances to music and stuff.
Yeah.
And she puts on little sunglasses and he's doing stuff with his paws. I'm always watching that, laughing, dude.
I saw one the other day of this dog that can get with its paw a rubber band, peel it back with the other one, and shoot things.
Wow.
And they set up like 5 targets for it, and it was like maybe only a foot away, but it went.
He's a dead eye.
Knocked out all 5.
Man, I gotta show that to Duncan. Gotta show Duncan how to do that. Maybe he can pick off the lizard.
No, Duncan would actually flip it back to him. He'd take out his own eye, man. He'd be like Ralphie in A Christmas Story. You shoot your eye out, kid.
Maybe the lizard will do it to you, man.
Dude, okay, so Sean Quintero, who was on the show on Friday, right? Good friend of the show. He did the show with me on Friday when you were out of town.
Yeah.
He came by my house and saw the lizard. He goes, "Holy crap!"
He said,
I was like, it's bigger than you think.
That's
right?
a big son bitch.
That's a big bitch.
I can't open my Twitter around my wife. Nuggets galore. Oh my God. Speaking of Twitter, dude, did you see what the news was yesterday?
Oh yeah, Twitter's now allowing pornography.
I mean, bro,
it always has.
It's always been rampant on the X. Now they're gonna go ahead and say, okay, we're gonna officially allow it. Dude, that's been going on even when we post anything on Twitter. Anybody, even us, and it doesn't matter who it is. What do you see in your comments?
Right.
Nudes or whatever in my profile or whatever.
I mean,
I'm like,
Twitter's gone. Twitter, and I'm going to give the dollar right now. Twitter's gone to shit since Elon Musk took over.
It's bad, dude.
Elon Musk bought it for what, $44 billion, and then it went belly up, and it's now worth like a third of what he bought it for. And this is the thing about like what I don't understand about people who have certain adoration for certain billionaires. Elon Musk is not the genius that people think that he is.
No, he hires people that know what they're doing.
Okay, first of all, Tesla was around before he was around.
Oh, yeah.
He just bought it. He didn't create it. He was not Jeff Bezos. Now, Jeff Bezos is somebody who created money out of a freaking garage, dude.
Yeah.
Jeff Bezos and Amazon was built out of his garage. Right?
And the guy's so fixated on himself. What does he have? His rocket?
Yeah.
Is in the shape of what?
Penis. So, but like Bezos made his money. Mark Cuban made his money.
Hey, Mark Cuban was smart back in the day. Him and his buddy actually made some type of platform where they would go ahead and stream audio and
Major
then
League
sold it to you to
Yahoo.
Yahoo. Yahoo.
Yeah, Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
It's because he was a Pittsburgh Pirates fan living in Chicago.
Yeah.
He wanted to have access to the Pirates games, so he was like rerouting it, and he put a hub together for sports.
Yeah.
And it's the invention of the internet of using the internet to watch sports.
Audio, video.
He was part of all that. And so I am very, very, very big on those billionaires, right? The Mark Zuckerberg, who made nothing and all of a sudden had Facebook. You came from nothing. Mark Cuban came from nothing. Oprah Winfrey came from nothing. That is the billionaire that I look at and I go, wow, they worked their ass off. Taylor Swift came from an upper middle class society.
Look at Bear
but made $1
County
billion.
says Musk created PayPal though and then sold it.
But you take a look at like Twitter. The Twitter experience is not as good anymore. It really isn't, man, because it's bots now.
It's a cesspool, dude.
It's now you have all these, porn sites that are trying. I'm trying to do a thing about a poll on Caitlin Clark, and all of a sudden it's like, you want to see my nudes? Where the F did that come from? Before Elon Musk, that crap did not exist. And then that MFer wanted to have us pay for for verifications and pay for this and the other and monthly service on it.
It's run rampant now, dude.
What Elon Musk touches. By the way, also Tesla. Have you looked at Tesla's like reviews recently?
It's going down.
What he touches turns to shit.
Yeah, he just needs to get out of the way, dude, and let the people that are smart do their thing.
It's his toy, dude. Jerry Jones is that way with the Cowboys. It's not a business; it's a toy.
Yeah, they're turning it into a shit show, dude.
Dude, Twitter. I mean, I'm on Twitter because there's no other place like it. Threads, it wasn't up to speed.
Yeah, you're not going to get censored as much as you do on Facebook. But even Twitter's gotten a little bad now with that stuff. You can't say certain things,
Well, I mean, it has to police itself because what you don't want is you don't want to be overrun with assholes. That's the thing. You don't want to be overrun with it. And the whole thing about, I can't say what I want to say. I mean, I get that. But if you're going to go there and curse people out and all that stuff, that's not a platform for it because it's supposed to be a media platform. There ain't people doing that right now. If you and I were to go down to Target down the street or Las Palapas or Sazon down the street, no one is cursing at each other.
I don't know, man. Down on my
I hate it when you do that, Joe. You're doing the exception to the rule. 99.999% of people are not doing that. It is not. That is the exception to the rule. You're going to have one jackass. But the fact of the matter is that you have these keyboard warriors, right? Who are like, I'm going to curse this guy out. And I'm going to call this guy an a-hole. And I'm going to say that he's an effing blah, 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 blah. And they do that. Dude, they do that to me.
You got in a shouting match with a guy over there on the plane, remember?
Yeah.
He got the poodle out of you.
Oh, yeah. but that's exception to the rule because how often am I like that?
Yeah.
Never.
Nah.
Never like that. But you pull it, you drag it out, you can drag it out. The idea of I get to be behind a keyboard and say whatever the hell I want to say and whatever warriors. And spam people with
they
stuff.
They won't do that in real life.
They won't do that in real life. No. So it's like, it's just one of those things where it's like there has to be standards to it all. If you want to have a site, because it wasn't like that before. So that's the whole thing. The rules were set in place for years before Elon Musk that it was certain decorum there. And now it's like, okay, well, because Elon Musk bought it, we're going to let all the assholes in and let them kind of just spam people with stuff and let all this porn stuff kind of infiltrate it. I don't get it. Why is it a better experience because he's around? And why is there so adoration for him? The guy's a jackass. I don't get it.
Oh, man. Yeah, every platform, like they were saying, it kind of has its good and bads. But I think what's going to happen with the new way that Twitter's going to act, or X, it's going to almost be like an OnlyFans thing, dude. I mean, at what point do you pull the plug?
Well, I mean, dude, a year ago, Twitter was nice.
It was. Now it's Marbach nice.
Yeah, 20 years. I mean, 2 years ago, a year ago, 2 years ago.
Yeah,
Twitter functioned very well.
It was a platform where people would gather, share, conversations, and vote on polls, and it was nice.
And the thing is, though, is that what people don't understand is that they make it sound like it's like a free speech type of thing, and it's not.
Dude.
It's not, because it is all about marketing and advertising. And if a company does not want to invest their marketing dollars in there, then Musk is going to want to either A, say, well, I don't give a crap. I have all the money in the world. I don't give a crap what you all think. I'm going to keep it as my toy. Or B, he's going to charge people for what is being lost in revenue.
He's got to make up that money some way, somehow. He was forced to buy.
There's a reason why you can't do and say certain things on Facebook. There's a reason why you can't say and do certain things on Instagram. It's because it is big business. It is publicly traded. Twitter's not. Twitter is Elon's toy. Yeah. And Elon bought it to burn it down. He didn't buy it to make it better. He didn't buy it to make the experience of the average American or average British person or French person who enjoy Twitter. He didn't buy it to make it better. He bought it to burn it down. And that's what he's doing. He's making it a crappier experience each and every day. JHNSB saying liberal Mike. You know what? Some things are liberal, some things are conservative. That's not liberal Mike. That's just me telling my truth. And sometimes the truth is liberal, by the way. Sometimes the truth is conservative. Vainstein saying Twitter is already bad, but Elon made it worse.
Yeah, every damn tweet now has non-related videos, has comments, OnlyFans accounts all over the place, and damn bots. Yep. It's bad, man.
And why is it so? Because he got rid of like hundreds of people that worked there who were monitoring all that stuff.
He got rid of all the smart people.
Yeah.
Didn't want to pay them.
It's now a crap stain right there, man. But let's talk about the Spurs again, just to kind of recap what we were talking about earlier. Jeff Garcia from Locked On Spurs and Ken's 5 doing some double duty today, man, making it happen, speaking to some of the top draft picks out there that are going to be going in the first round. Nikola Topic told Jeff Garcia from Locked On Spurs and Ken's 5, Spurs haven't contacted him. They asked for the medicals, but they haven't contacted him. Jeff reminded us on our thread here, saying that, hey, well, DeJounte Murray was never contacted by the Spurs. But as I mentioned, difference between a number 4 and 8 pick than a 29.
Do you think the Spurs are going to want to take a shot on somebody who can't stay healthy?
Right.
You want to really use that 4th pick on Topic? I don't think so, man.
Yeah, Jeff also has an article kind of quoting Jonathan Givony of ESPN, who was on NBA on ESPN talking about the fact that there are rumblings out there that the Spurs might be asking to move up in the draft, giving up the 4 and the 8 to maybe move up to number 1. I honestly don't see it happening at number 1, but man, who's drafting 2? Is it Washington?
Washington.
I would knock on Washington's door. I would offer the 4 and 8 for the number 2 and know that you're going to get either Alex Sarr or Reece Shea and just be done with it.
Yeah, man. I mean, if you're going to move up, you might as well do it now.
Yeah.
Make something happen. Brian Wright, do something.
Right.
He's on the clock.
Go get your guy.
Yeah, he's on the clock. If the Spurs need that, they want that 1 or 2, make it happen.
I mean, don't get me wrong. At number 4, the Spurs are going to have a good player, a decent player.
Who's at number 3, though? Who's the gatekeeper at number 3? Exactly. If you think they know what the Spurs are going to want, they're going to get that guy.
Yeah, I saw some mock drafts. I saw multiple mock drafts yesterday from ESPN and from Sporting News yesterday saying that number 3, Stephon Castle going to the Rockets.
Yeah.
So if Castle goes to the Rockets, what next?
Look at Puro Pinche Sports. Shout out to you guys, man.
No Topic, no.
They ain't fans, bro.
If this is a draft that's not that great, why would we want 2 of them? I mean, why not get the guy that we want?
Yeah,
but the problem is that you talk about the gatekeeper being at number 3, the gatekeeper being the Atlanta Hawks at number 1, when we own their 25 first rounder, their 27 first rounder, and their swap at 26.
Maybe Atlanta be making the pick for the Spurs, flip-flopping there.
Okay, so we had the number 1 overall pick. Let's say that it happens, right? Spurs trade the 4 and 8, get the number 1. Maybe we throw in some filler. Maybe we throw in Keldon or somebody.
Zach. Get rid of Collins.
Get rid of Collins. You wanted a center, right? You were going to get Sarr. We'll give you Zach Collins.
There you go.
Let's say that we did that. Sarr or Reece Shea?
I'd rather have Sarr.
I'd be happy with either. You can convince me on either because, first of all, if you pick Sar, that means Sohan is
He
six
gone.
man.
He gone.
That means Sohan is six man.
Somebody's got to go. You're getting rid of Sohan and Keldon.
How butthurt would Spurs fans be? Our good
Oh,
friend
my
John
God.
Dyer, Exit 7, John J.
Yeah.
grad, big time UTSA fan and UT Longhorn fan, basically called Sohan the shiny toy that people are going to get tired of this year.
Oh, God. Wasn't he the one giving you a lot of crap for hating on Sohan?
Yeah, he did. But then again, I think he's coming around to the fact that maybe I'm right about this. Sohan, it's so funny because people will come up to me and they'll be on my Twitter mentions and they'll be like, well, he improved on points per game, rebounds per game, and assists per game. I'm like, well, he also played more minutes.
EFG,
Yeah.
your favorite stat.
In fact, the field goal percentage was down. His 3-point shooting went up from 24 to 30%. Okay. But his 2-point shooting went down from 52 to 46 or 48, whatever it was.
No.
It went like this to the 1,000th of a percent.
God.
It was identical, 0.483. And by the way, 0.483 is bottom 15 percentile. And dude, there's so many Spurs fans who always approach me and go, well, he could be the next Rodman.
No.
Okay, first of
man.
all,
the hair color. Come on.
the next Rodman or the next Draymond Green.
No.
Rodman and Draymond Green were good in a different style of play. Draymond Green was able to be Draymond Green because he had Steph and Clay, the two greatest shooters of all time, as a backcourt there. There's a reason why there have been no Dennis Rodman since Dennis Rodman. It's because that is not a value type of player.
Yeah.
It's not. It's not. It's not valued anymore. It's about putting the points, putting the bucket in the hole, putting the ball in the bucket. That's what it's all about. I cannot believe that the idea of we're going to allow a guy going out there who plays above average defense to be a bottom 15 percentile shooter because he did not improve. He improved in some aspects of his shooting, 3-point shooting, but the inside of the arc, he went downward. It averaged out to be not a positive net gain, not a negative net gain, just the same as it was before. That's the thing, man. Vainstein saying the percentage of our guys are skewed because of the first 25 games. What does that have to do with anything? They counted. Sohan wasn't even out there. JHNSB says Sohan is absolutely garbage. Anyone with will average his numbers with those minutes. I mean, it's 11 points, dude. I mean, he averages 11 points per game.
Look at that. No lies detected there.
But again, the game that you and I were in the fifth row, he played like an all-star.
He should have pointed at you, dude.
Played like an all-star.
Oh, God, man. I don't remember much of that game because we're pretty drunk.
Oh, I remember the two strippers who were on the right, the right of us.
Yeah, they were there they were probably friends of somebody that was playing.
No, man, they were trying to pick up a player. I got a feeling they were trying to pick up a player. They were pre-shift at the Palace.
Oh God,
they were on their way to Sugars
with the shark.
So D'Lo comes out and says, "You say this about Sohan, but you want Stephon Castle, who shot 26 from a shorter distance." Well, first of all, Sohan shot the exact same percentage in college as well. The difference is that Stephon Castle's shot doesn't look broken. There's a tweak that needs to be done. Sohan's shot needs to be rebuilt from the beginning, dude. I mean, it has to be like they're treating Sohan like a sixth grader, for crying out loud, when it comes to his shooting. He's being built from the ground up. There's nothing wrong with Castle's shot, just like there's nothing wrong with Wemby's shot. You know, Wemby shot 30% from three last year. Wasn't a good 3-point shooter.
Yeah.
But you look at the form and you're like, well, the form is there. It might be the elbow. It might be the release point.
I think
it might be
he's too long. He needs to move back from the 3-point line a little bit.
But what you need to do is it's a subtle tweak
to the mechanics. Yeah.
They're teaching Sohan how to shoot the ball. That's different. And also, Sohan finishes breaks, you know, because you know he will go in there and
he's athletic.
You put him to the side, you give him, and he will finish the break for a dunk. Castle can lead the break.
Yeah.
Castle can actually dribble the ball up the court on a fast break and make a good decision. It's apples and oranges.
Jeremy Sohan moves good without the ball when he can go ahead and do backdoor cuts, things of that nature, and they get him the ball
Little
Hey,
baby hook.
Yeah, he can go and finish the layup, give a little baby hook, things of that nature. But putting the ball in his hands and expecting him to go ahead and do something with it, that ain't him, dude.
And it's so funny because they're like, his 3-point shooting went up. But do you know what they did last year? They didn't guard him on the 3-point line. Look at all the 3-point shots that Sohan made last year. You do realize that they were telling him, they were daring him to shoot. What's his 3-point shooting percentage going to be when people actually D him up on the 3-point line?
Look what EG says. When does Spurs hanging up banners? The fans won't remember all these players they are so attached to right now. And that's the thing. In order to go ahead and grow, before the Spurs hung up banners, they had to let go of some of the fan favorites. And that's what I tell everybody. No one is safe. You might have to say goodbye to some of the fan favorites for the sake of progress.
Dude, in this, as a Spurs fan, we've said bye to Sean Elliott back in the 90s.
In the day. Malik Rose. Avery Johnson.
We said George Hill was a fan favorite as well.
Bruce Bowen.
D'Lo saying Reed shot 52% from 3. Can be a JJ Redick type of player, and Steve Nash kind of guy. He was also the leader at the NBA Combine with a 42-inch max vertical. But he's 6'3". That guy was 6'6". He'd be the number 1 overall pick, but he's 6'3". Plays defense, though. Averaged 2.5 steals last year for Kentucky. Hanover Fist says, Sohan on the court because probably Spurs' best athlete. I think it'd be Wemby, though. I mean, athleticism is great, man. Rodrigo Bravo saying, good point, Joe. We've got to let go of a lot of players that were fan faves. I was crestfallen when Sean got traded.
Yeah, man. That one hurt, dude.
Yeah.
That one hurt.
It did hurt. But we're coming up on that time, man, where we got to wind down the show.
The fork in the road for the Spurs, man.
And before we go, I want to see the things that pop up on your TikTok page.
TikTok.
One last time.
God.
Hotties at Top Golf.
This is Mike's algorithm now. It's not mine no more.
What is this?
What the hell is this?
It says my dad. Okay, I'm gonna go to the next one here.
I don't know what that is.
Hello, my name is Michael. I enjoy long walks along the beach. Going out to get a slushie, a big gulp. Big gulp it is. Let's see, one last one.
Hey, man, you still allowed to wear white? What in the...
Uh-oh. She's pointing towards the pineapple.
That's SpongeBob. Okay. Squidward.
Goodness. What's going on here?
Damn.
What happens when you crash at 200 miles per hour? Oh, okay. Dude, TikTok is wilded, man. Has someone who has no riz. I want to see one more good one. Oh, soccer hotties from Brazil. I like it.
Ever since you showed those Chevy girls this
is the Chevy girls?
No, I said ever since you looked up the Chevy girls, the algorithm just said, F it. This is what we're showing.
I swear the Chevy girls was the sexiest thing that I'd ever seen.
Oh my God.
That I had ever posted on there, dude. It was the sexiest thing I had posted. Because you look at the search, dude. Look at here are the recent searches, dude. Okay. Chevy girls, Korean barbecue, when Lively got hacked, and Chevy Camino Real. Okay, so we looked up the Chevy girls twice. That's all the only thing that we've done on here. So it's not like we're being cochino over here looking up Stormy Daniels.
It's the algorithm.
D'Lo saying if he was 6'8", they'd be calling him generational. I Reed Shepard. That's true. That's true. Well, fellas, it is, what is it, Tuesday?
Taco Tuesday.
You want to go get some food?
Sure, man. If I have, yeah, I think I should have time today.
What are we doing? Salzone or are we doing LP?
I already had Sazone. Had my fill.
Yeah. Okay. Canes? No, my daughter won't have Canes tonight. If I have Canes without her, she'll get mad.
Yeah.
Is there a Bill Miller's around here?
Of course there is, right there off of Westover.
Let's do it. Oh, no, let's do the one on Petrenko.
The Petrenko one? All right. We could do the one on Petrenko. I know what you're talking about. 1604 in Petrenko.
That's on the way to Hizzy, man. Hey, everyone, thank you for being on the show today. Don't forget to hit the like button on the way out and share what we do. We're 904 strong. 96 away from the milestone we're trying to hit this summer, which is 1,000. I love the fact that people reach out to me and say, hey, man, I got another subscriber. But it's more than just subscribing. It's making sure that they're watching too. That's the thing, man. Dave's Hot Chicken.
Yeah, it's right here around the corner.
I've never had it. Any good?
By Quick Trip, dude. I don't know. I never had it either.
Let's do it.
Dave's Hot Chicken.
Let's do it.
I think they have a big old chicken sandwich there. My nephew says it's good, dude.
And if it does, and if it sucks, I know there's a Torchy's right next to it.
Oh, hell, I never go into Torchy's, dude.
Everybody follow Jeff Garcia on Twitter and Threads at Jeff G Spurs.
Oh, you know what? We didn't give him any love.
No, we're fine. We talked about him all day.
This is your
Let me
daily
give him
Spurs
some love.
podcast, hosted by Jeff Garcia, the lead Spurs writer for Ken's 5 San Antonio. Jeff has a healthy plethora of guests all the time on the Locked On Spurs podcast. You can also follow Jeff on Threads at Jeff G Ken's 5 SA. You can also follow Jeff on Twitter at Jeff G Spurs Zone. So make sure you go ahead and give Jeff a follow not only on Threads and Twitter, but also on YouTube at youtube.com/at Locked On Spurs. This is where you're going to be able to find the replay of the Locked On Spurs podcast. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share.
And as we're leaving, playing us out are the Camino Real Chevy girls. There they are. Back seat, baby. In the back seat.
And look at what Tim Gonzalez is. I'm telling you all, those Chevy car dealerships were in the studio. Y'all get more subscribers. No doubt.
No lies detected. Look at, oh my goodness. What is your type? This is my type.
Just, hey, I'm going to send you the link to my TikTok. This is my type.
This is on your Instagram.
Oh,
So, but which one's your
Lord.
favorite? Is it the skinny girl with the which one's the favorite? Is it this girl? You know what? It's gonna be better on TikTok. You know what? We'll do a poll real fast on the show over here.
Choose your fighter.
Choose your fighter. Is fighter number 1 short girl who's got to be at least like 4'10", 4'11", right? Maybe 5 foot tops.
Maybe 5, yeah.
Okay, is she your fighter? Okay, so she's probably the star of it all, right?
Yeah.
But then you got the other girl, Sophie. So that's Jessica on the right, that's Sophie on the left. Sophie's the one that works in boxing, by the way. Or is it the thickie?
Yeah, thicky man.
I mean, she's the funny one. She's the fun one. Bear County Social Apparel, Mike Bias said, I like the tall one. And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing to say. Or is it the thickie? Is it the thickie?
Thicky, dude. Thicky.
Here's the tall girl. Jesse A. say the tall one wore the skirt the other day. She did. It was the first time ever she'd wore the skirt. That is so fun. I love the fact that I have brought this to their attention. You know what? I'm going to reach out to these girls. I'm going to make it a mission to bring one of these girls on.
Have them on. Oh, God.
And the one that I would want to have on, because we are a sports podcast show, I want to have the tall girl.
The boxer.
For the boxer.
Yeah, yeah. All right.
Because I'm going to look her up real fast. Let me see. Her name is Sophie. Oh, we're not on mine. Oh, we're not on mine.
Yeah. We're going to have to go ahead and tell Bias, hey, we're going to have your girl on one day.
Very nice. Everyone enjoy your Tuesday. I believe this week it's going to be 100 degrees for the first time this year. May was the 4th hottest in San Antonio, the 4th hottest May in the city of San Antonio ever recorded, according to KSAT. And I'm looking at the app right now. The app right now says that the temperature is going to be 98 degrees today, man. 101. Check that. This could be the first 100 degree day of the year.
Yeah.
I'll be in Nashville on Friday. Fernandez will be here in my place. Guess what the temperature is going to be in Nashville?
Oh, probably like 72, 73.
High of 79, low of 59.
Shut up, bro. I was in Kansas, man. Guess what the temperature was in Kansas?
What's that?
Like 75, 76.
Beautiful,
dude.
man. Beautiful.
Then you come back to San Antonio and it's like get blasted by that heat.
Tim Gonzalez saying, I'll take the short one. You know what? That's a case of if you walk into a bar or all 3 girls are there, I'd be happy with whichever one liked me.
Look at Jesse. He was always saying he's the one that was telling us to tell him wear their skirt the other day.
She did, and it was funny because like we hadn't seen her do that before. She's always
Yeah.
in pants. Thicky,
There you go.
thicky.
Hey, I just found out I can't go with you, man.
Oh, okay.
I have the bees keeper coming over here to take care of the bee problem in the pedestal.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the wife just sent me a text message. She says, "Hey, they're gonna show up today, so you got to be there to have the lady let the lady in."
I had this swing in my backyard. It was
Yeah.
like a full person body swing, like a circular one. One day I just showed up. I looked over. It had a
Ball of bees.
a ball of bees the size of a basketball.
Yeah, dude.
And it was weighing the swing down. It was crazy.
Yeah, they only do that when the hive gets so big, they split up and they create two queens.
Yeah.
So when they get in that ball, the queen is in the middle of that ball. They're swarm. So they're trying to look for a new home. So they send the scouts out to look for another place, and then they all go over there. Once they say, "Hey, found us a new place."
There you go. A place of our own.
Yeah, exactly.
That's Joe Garcia. My name is Mike Jimenez. Thank you again to Jeff Garcia, and thank you to Jessica, Sophie, and the Thicky for being so hot for Camino Real Chevy in Los Angeles. We'll be back tomorrow.
Get her on the show.
I look at that. Diamond hard.
Diamond hard. All right, boys. We'll see y'all tomorrow.